You know what I'm saying? Just like for me, I put down crystals for a few years, and now I just started buying crystals again. You know, I have one sitting here now with me. Yeah, yeah. Amethyst. That's what you
Yep.
got. I have a blue kyanite.
A blue kyanite. Okay.
It's for the throat and for the third eye. You know what I'm saying? And then I have I forgot what this is called, but I'm actually using it as a ashtray. But it's a crystal bowl, and it has a snail shell right here. The what is it called? The Fibonacci circle, Fibonacci sequence or
Okay.
whatever. Yeah, yeah. So that's what I have on mine. That's what I
Where
have
you get that
right
from?
here going on.
A crystal shop.
There's this girl. Yeah, this girl that I follow online. She I've been following her for years, and just something just drew me to wanting to get some crystals from her. So I did. I got a couple of really nice pieces too.
I need an
I don't
ashtray
think.
too.
Yeah, I'm using this as an ashtray. And when as soon as I saw it, I already knew what I was gonna do with it. I said, "Oh yeah, I need that." I already had plans for it. Shit. But
Oh
yeah,
man.
it never stops. It never stops influencing you. It never stops teaching you. It never stops disciplining you. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't stop. And you can forget about it all you want because I never thought I'd be talking about shrooms again. But here I am.
And they also become your protectors too, man. They
Yeah.
protect you because they gonna lead you and guide you in the right way. And just like we have cannabinoids in our body, and you activate them when you smoke, it's the same way with the mycelium. The mycelium is in your
Yeah.
body too, and you activate them.
Yes.
You activate the mycelium when you take the shrooms. So
Yeah,
that's
through your
why
nervous
I
system.
yeah, and that's why I said before I was like, oh, now I know what they meant by don't eat off the fruit of the tree, pretty much the fruit of the tree of life, because the shrooms is what they was talking about. They don't want you to eat
The
from it
shrooms is what they was talking about. Because
the whole
remember,
time.
the shroom mushrooms used to be the trees.
Yep,
Used to be the trees. Remember how big they actually used to be. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Before the actual dome was pressurized and things started shrinking because there's a process to renewing itself, and we're in the process the earth is in the process of renewing itself, right? But like the air and the pressure in the dome, you know what I'm saying? So think of like when you have like those vacuum bags, and like you want to like condense
Mm-hmm.
stuff,
The vacuum
and
seal.
like, yeah, the vacuum seal, and it just
Right.
it takes out all the air. So that's why the oxygen is depleting in the actual. And this is why the whole electrical thing is going on now with the emissions and all that stuff. So you got to be able to see through stuff. You got to be able to read in between the lines, right? Because you know let me tell you, humans have been humaning for forever. And us humaning with what we're doing now is not hurting the world. Like, it's a
No,
part
it's
of the
not.
cycle.
Yes, it
But
is.
but to mask it, to mask what's actually going on, they're always gonna blame you, human. They're always gonna blame you. So discernment is what shrooms have taught me. Discernment, esoteric discernment, right? Because there's different types of discernment that we have. There's a discernment of, don't touch that, that's hot. Oh, that's cold water. It's gonna make you cold. Oh, that type of food makes me sick, so I'm not gonna eat that. Or, oh, that I sense danger down that dark alley, so I'm not gonna go there. Right. And then there's esoteric discernment, where you're like, I see the pattern and y'all bullshit, or
Mm-hmm.
wait, what? Taxes are voluntary. What? It's in the actual tax book too? Like, so, or wait a minute, what did Trump just say? Did Trump just say that? Like, you have there's esoteric discernment, and that's what the shrooms give you. They give you the ability to see through the lies, and what they say, once you see it, you can't what? Unsee
You
it.
can't
And it's why
unsee
the
it.
Bible says, for those that have eyes to see and ears to hear, you got to be able to be tapped in. And that's what the shrooms are. Them shits tap you in.
All the way in. Like plugging your ass into the socket and it ain't coming back out. Cause that's what it do. It give you so much energy, bro. Like the energy it give you too. Like the energy that
Yeah,
it give
but
you, where you feel like you go outside and run a mile sometimes. Like, bro, I might just go out here and just go run. Just
yes.
go take a
But
run.
I
Right. But no, you
listen.
say you want to talk about the dark side. What you want to talk about the dark side?
Yeah. So, we talk about how profound shrooms is. Yes, we're very happy and excited to be accelerating in our journey. But somewhere along the way, um, you run into your devil side, you know,
Mm,
the side of you that is angry, the side of you that is, raging, the side of you that's unhinged, the side of you that isn't peaceful, the side of you that hurts and feels the weight of the world on your shoulders. Because when you tap into the mycelium network, you're tapping into all frequencies at the same time. And the thing about shrooms is that, you know, your session, because we really didn't get into this, but like sometimes your session can go hours. And I mean hours, where you're just in it for full 5, 6 hours and you don't come out of it. It's like going to work for 8 hours, nine to
it
five,
might be the whole day for real. You might be there the whole day.
Yeah, depends on how much you take, and if you keep, because you can keep, like, as you come down, you can take some more and get your boost back up in there. So, it
Hmm.
depends on what you're going after. But some of those dark periods, I mean, I remember being in Vegas and, curled up in the bathroom, crying my eyes out, in the midst of a trip, because, at that time I was working through codependency,
Hmm.
and depending on the system, and depending on, learning how to like truly be autonomous and sovereign, and
Hmm.
what that looks like. Because it's a very scary moment to think like, okay, to be fully dependent on yourself, like what does that look like? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Um, and for me, that's the epitome of when my mother passed. That kind of broke the spell for me, was that whole initiation, honestly. But I was fighting for my life, fighting for the ability to stand on my own 2 feet, to stand in my square fully, because like I
Right.
was in my square, but sometimes I was a little off balance, you know what I'm saying? And being the thing about the dark side is that you realize that it's like the devil card in tarot. You realize that, yes, while you may be chained to a beast, the chains are loose. The
Hmm.
chains are loose.
Hmm.
They were never tight. They were never tight. They were always loose. And, you know, the perception is that we were chained to a beast that enslaved us. But even when you look at real life and physicality, like our ancestors who were enslaved were also free too, because they could run off the fucking property at any time.
Hmm.
We learned that.
Right.
How did, Harriet Tubman, and Sojourner
Yeah, that's
Truth,
true.
and all of these people who, you know, ushered people on the Underground Railroad. Like these stories of and y'all can hate me for this, but
I already know where you about to go.
there
Go
was
ahead.
okay, there I'm not even gonna put this on me, but in my research, there are people that are saying that these are made up people and they're not real. There's there's dialogue out here saying that it's a hypocrisy. But I have to look at the truth within the hypocrisy.
Right.
We were always free.
Cool. And I like
No,
how they use the female in the story as the strong one. But you
yes,
can go ahead.
the matriarch, the mother,
Hmm. Yep.
right? And I'm gonna just leave that. I'm gonna leave that there because wow, what a profound moment to say. Like, wait, because that's a whole nother part of the truth journey. Realizing that and yes, some of these people were real and they did exist and they were alive and all these things. But then it's just like but why? Because we have people that were alive that saw Martin Luther King, that saw Malcolm X, that
Right, right,
saw these,
right,
these,
right.
these. But who that's alive that knows Sojourner Truth?
Or Harriet
Who
Tubman.
that's alive that know Harriet Tubman?
We waiting.
I'm still waiting. Who do you know that know Jesus? You know what I'm saying? But, and I don't mean that to say. Who do you know that's alive that knows Adam and Eve? Like, I need y'all to really ask yourself these questions and don't be mad when the answer comes back of what you don't want to hear. That is shrooms. It's a truth seeker. It's a truth seeker. It's gonna seek truth to help you unravel your truth, to say, hey, like, yo, something's not adding up. And I'm not saying I'm not coming to a full conclusion right here, right now, but I am rattling my foundation, right? Because if we're gardeners,
Hmm.
right? So
Right.
we could talk green thumb talk
Yes, yes.
because sometimes you got to take them roots and cut them bitches
Cut them
off.
down. Gotta cut them off.
Sometimes you get root rot. Sometimes
Exactly.
your roots become so entangled within
You,
themselves, they call it root bound, that you got to get in there and get that soil
you
out,
gotta get
get
it
that
out of it.
old soil out, and you got to cut them roots back. That don't mean that the plant gonna die. If you
Nah.
cut the roots, that's gonna what? It engages new growth.
It allows it
Ah,
to breathe. Allows it to grow. Like you said.
ah. It allows it to breathe. It allows it to create new growth.
We all plants
I
though.
have
Like if you look at the structure of our
we
bodies on the
are
inside, it looks like a plant.
yes. That's why I said we are the mycelium. We are a part of the network because even in Moorish philosophy, they teach you that you are part of the land. And that's even in the law books. If you consider yourself a Moor, you are a part of the land. It says it in the law book. It's in the Black's Law Dictionary, fourth edition. For what is land? How is it defined? It's right there in the book. I didn't write this shit. Them people wrote it. They said it.
They told you the truth.
I didn't write it. And that's why they changed it.
Yep, they changed that
Cause
shit so many times, man. That shit not even crazy. Yeah, they
yeah, and
changed it
that
so many
book
times.
costs thousands of dollars just for you to get. And that's how you know it's
Yep.
the real. Because why would it cost over $1,000 for me to have a book? A book? Yeah, because it's sacred knowledge. It's esoteric. It's a
And it's called the Black
codex.
Law Dictionary too.
Yes, Black Law Dictionary. which we know what
Sometimes,
black
man.
really is.
Sometimes, yeah, we know what that is. Just a construct that man made to cause division. Shit ain't nothing but crayon colors. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it, man. That's it. And at the end of the day, I think our people need to realize that everything does start with the root of the tree. And that's what shroom does. It gets to the root of you.
Yes.
And I believe that's what a lot of people are scared of is facing that root chakra. Because that is the
Yes.
hardest part. That part right there,
Yeah.
that part in your heart chakra. Those two.
Yes. Yes.
Those two will be the ones that will either make you or break you.
Yes.
And if you have gotten to that part of your shroom journey, to that heart chakra part, don't get broken, man. Cause you didn't really you almost there. You
Yes.
almost there. And that's the main thing that this system and this matrix has done to everybody for real. Is just suck the love out of everything.
Yes.
Like the love. And the crazy thing is, we actually heard this song the other day, man. Music Soul Child song called Love. And I
Mm.
remember hearing it the first time it came out. And I told one of my cousins back then, I was like, hey, you know this song talking about God, right? And she was like, what are you
Mm.
talking about? I was like, oh, never mind. At that point, I should have known that I was on another level from people anyway, because she didn't
Yeah.
get it. Because that's all that
Yeah.
is, man. It's a frequency, like you said, and it's love.
Yep. It's a
That
feeling.
frequency changed the whole. It will change the whole world. Period.
Yeah. But this is why frequencies can be turned on and turned on and turned off. And they can be turned up and turned down. Same thing they do with music.
Yeah.
They distorted the frequencies. Music was love
Yeah.
at one point and now it's ratchet
Trash.
fuckery. Yeah.
Trash.
And
It
you
is
see
just
what
the
it
trash.
does. There was a Asian scientist who did a whole study on the frequency of like water, like how words and certain sounds distort water. But like as humans, we're plants. We are also made up of water, our body. And
Mhm.
so what does those like, and we talk about frequency, like when I'm talking to you right now, we're vibing because we're on the same frequency right now. But if I start talking about some shit that you don't want to hear about, like some makeup or something, you can be like, all right, cuz, all right, I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? But it's because you don't align with. Now you saw how when me and Carmela, when we was on here, we just
Right.
started and be like, all
Right.
right,
Right.
sis, we gotta stop because you was probably over there looking at her like, all right, Pooh, come on, we're kind of the show started. Like, but you see, like as soon as she sat down, we just started clicking and we went in. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
that's just the Capricorn. We can be in so many different places at one time, and then bring it all back to ourselves. Um, but back to the root chakra really quick. I know you have another question, but I actually have on a bracelet. It's a garnet. So it's the January birthstone. This is one of the other crystals that I got from old girl. I said old
Okay.
girl, but the girl that I just ordered from. I'm sorry, it's just how I
Uh,
talk. Can't
ain't
help
nothing but
it.
some
But
slang. It's just, it's
yeah, right. It's just slang. But
all right.
like if this is my birthstone, you know what I'm saying? And so like especially for a Capricorn, we are the epitome of root chakra energy. That's who we are. Capricorn rules the structure of things. So your bones, your teeth, your feet, your knees, your ankles, what keeps you on your two feet, what keeps you up on your pedestal, that is what Capricorn represents.
Mhm.
So government and the matrix and everything that creates this structural um construct, including the materialistic things. That's why I'm a material girl. I like nice shit. You know what I'm saying? But
We all
also
like
the
nice
dark
shit.
side of that, we do. Come on now, stop
Yeah.
it. Stop it. Selling to the Negro. Look that video up.
Right. Hey,
1961.
but
Selling to the
but
Negro.
shit, we king and queen, so we supposed to have nice shit anyway. We ain't supposed to have no
That's
ratchet shit anyhow. So
That's what I'm sitting up here saying. Like I'm going when I say I like luxury, I'm just going to get back what my ancestors couldn't have. Okay, that's all I'm doing. I'm just going back to get what they couldn't have or what they felt like they didn't deserve. That's what I'm going to get right now. But I digress. The root is so complicated because it involves, and let's go back to what I originally said in the beginning, redefining what your comfort is. What does your survival look like? Does it look like ripping and running up and down, I-95, going to somebody else's job to make them rich, sitting in traffic for 3 hours before and after work? You see what I'm saying?
uh,
People don't count in that time, like or does it look like you being sovereign and building a homestead like a lot of these people are doing now? Does your survival and stability look like being in a heterosexual relationship, or does it look like being in the same sex relationship, or does it look like being in a polyamorous relationship?
right,
What does that
right,
look like right now? And the beautiful thing about this time around for us being alive, right? Because this has happened so many times. So many people have been able to sit in the hot seat and deal with what's going on right now. But it's our turn. It's
right.
our turn. So it's our turn. It's our turn now. So what are you gonna do with your turn? Just like in spades. All right, my go. All right, what card you finna put out? Because your partner put out this, you better not cut your partner,
Well,
but you
that's
better
it.
win this book.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And don't renege.
Oh, that's
And
your
don't
ass.
renege. Don't lie about what you don't have
Right.
or what you do have. Right? So, but that's survival right now. And we're redefining what that looks like for us. And I'll be watching YouTube all day of these people on there talking about how they hate designer this. You know how they expose the whole designer
Yeah.
industry. But shit,
Yeah.
cuz who you what? We've been buying fake shit for years. We've been buying real shit for years. It's just whatever my heart want to do at the time. Do I want to give you this stack, or do I want to go down the canal and pay $20 for a good ass fake? You see what I'm saying? Like,
It's your
like I
preference.
need y'all.
It's your
I
preference,
really
man.
need y'all. Yeah, it depends on where I'm at in my life. Did I just come up on a quick 20 bands? Should I might have a couple stacks for Louis Vuitton and be like, hey, give me a bag. And I might actually want to get a real one this time. Or I might be like, shit, I can go get me 10 bags for that much. Like, I don't
Right.
know. Whatever floats your boat. But we're getting away from the whole like has to be like this, has to be like that. It's my way or the highway. That's our parents. That was our survival mechanism, is to say, all right, I surrender. It's like when the dog lays out and you're like, stop doing that. And it's like, like we're not surrendering like domesticated dogs anymore.
Right. Right. Right.
Our
Nah, this
survival
era.
right now is go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Nah,
What is
this
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 era?
era. This era not with the fuck shit no more. And that's just pretty much where we at. Like, I just think that there's a lot of people that can see through the bullshit, and it's just like, all right, bro, we're not with it no more. And I noticed that
Yes.
with all these so-called protesters they got going on and tried to start and all this other shit. I noticed. I said, oh, I see how people staying in the house this time. I see they didn't fall for the
And
trickery.
you better continue.
Yes, because
They
they
better
ramping this shit up.
continue.
They gonna ramp it up. Yeah, they gonna ramp it up because it's
Let
a
me tell you
trick.
this. Let me tell you this. All my people, stay your ass in the house. And if you gotta go, because I'm taking a vacation real soon. Okay. You just make sure You just make sure you lay low. That's all I gotta say. But this is not your fight. Trust me when I say our ancestors have done enough. This is
Exactly.
them fighting their own system.
That's it.
They gotta deal with their mommy and their daddy because remember the illusion. Because remember, okay, quick history lesson because I don't think a lot of people know, but y'all realize that white people are pawns too, right? Y'all
Hmm.
know that, right? Like on a chessboard, like like them white people, them regular white people out here, regular Sally and Joe and Bob, Dylan that live up street, Blair and Angie and Sue, those are pawns. And just like the internet has been saying, black people have been trying to tell us all this time, and now we finally want to listen. Hispanics, Asians, all of them. Oh, stand in solidarity with us. Nah, bruh. Nope.
Nope.
No solidarity over
Nope.
here. Because guess what y'all wasn't doing y'all wasn't hanging in solidarity with us from trees, was you?
Shit.
Y'all was stepping on our necks too because we was down. So y'all found the opportunity to spit on us too. Not this time. And the thing about my people is we don't have time to get back and get even.
Nah.
My God is an awesome God.
Yeah.
Okay.
The you ain't gotta worry about that. That's already gonna be taken. It's already taken care of.
Karma is a bitch. Karma is the wife to God. Karma.
That's
Her
it.
name is Karma.
And she's
That's
back for
God's
revenge.
wife.
Yeah, and
And
she's
she's
back.
back. Lilith is back.
And that's just why that white lady told Trump that God wasn't done with you yet. When he was running for office for his last term, this term he in there right now. I've been telling people, man, and he even said it out his own fucking mouth. I'm the last president. I said, bro, I told y'all niggas this shit already. I told my wife the same thing. She was like, you said that. She was like, everything you said about this nigga, he didn't. I said, cause he is what y'all call the biblical antichrist. That's what he
Antichrist.
is. That's it. And if you
And
know
there's
what
been
Christ
there's
means,
been there's been many antichrists, but the antichrist,
yeah, he's the one. Yeah, he's the one. He don't play by the script. He goes off the script all the time, and they know it. That's why they be so
yep,
mad at this nigga. They can't pull him out because he's a part of the agenda. But he took the agenda and he made it his own.
yeah, we call those double agents.
Yep,
He's a double
yep,
agent.
all day long.
He's
And
a Gemini.
and the crazy thing about it is, I look at all the holy church rollers out here. I'm like, bro, y'all don't know who this is? That's crazy. Y'all still, and even when he stood up there with the Bible upside down, y'all still didn't figure it out. I'm trying to figure out why
Literally.
y'all don't
He was like
know.
this. He was like this. It was like, here, look.
You see who I am? Nope, they didn't see it. God damn.
And then it was a comment that somebody made like he is our first Jewish president. Did you see that? The guy was talking about something
Mm,
with him. I forgot who it was. And he was like, "Oh, you're our first Jewish president." And I was like,
what?
hmm. Yeah, look that shit up. I
I'm
forgot
gonna have to
who,
look
what
that up.
interview. Yeah, 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 yeah. It was somebody. I should get on here right now and try to look it up. But I ain't about to do that. But yeah, like just look it up. It was actually like it was a video going around and he was like, "Oh, our first Jewish president." Because our system is based on Christianity.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and the Jews is play a heavy role in it. They play
Yes.
a big role in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They're
Along
they're
with,
on the
the
they're on the
whole,
chessboard too.
yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is that the creator is already 5 steps ahead. I'm just waiting for you. I done already checkmated you.
Exactly.
I'm just waiting for you to wait for to knock your ass off the board. I done already checkmated you.
Yes.
So these are conversations I
Yes.
be having with my wife sometimes, and she look at me like I'm crazy. But you gotta realize that I actually started playing chess a couple years ago. So, and my son told me how to play. And
Yeah.
man, the level of thought that goes into it to think ahead takes takes some time. But our people don't think that far ahead, so they can't see it. So now that we're at this point where they have told them this 50 million times, they still can't see it. Everybody's so gung ho on the political side that they can't see the spiritual side for shit. Because everybody living on hate right now. The hate
Yep.
is so strong that it doesn't allow you to see anything. And that's one
But
thing
you
the
know what that
mushrooms will
is?
do. The mushrooms will
Go ahead. Go
let you
ahead.
let
No.
the mushrooms will also let you let go of that too, man. Because you gotta let go of that hate in order to go through your journey. That is the number one thing that you gotta let go of. Because you will not be able to learn shit. You won't be able to understand nothing, comprehend it, deal with it, nothing if your body is still dealing with hate energy. And in this world is dealing with hate energy. And that's why they can't
Yes.
see what's going on in the political side because everybody's geared towards the hate. But
Yes.
that's by design.
Yep. It is by design. And what I was gonna say is, you remember what your original awakening looked like. Remember what you said to me, because you were what? What were you? I was
What was I?
angry.
Oh yeah, I was angry. Yeah.
I
Yep.
was angry. You part of the original, or excuse me, not original. Part of the first parts of the awakening is anger.
Anger.
It's just like when you go through AA, denial,
Mm,
such and such, all the steps of going through coming out of addiction. That's essentially what it is. You're coming out of an addiction. You're coming out of a codependent relationship with a narcissist. The narcissist is the system, and the anger but that's, you have to know, this is why you got to know where we are on the timeline. You have to know where we are on the timeline, right? When you know where we are on the timeline, you know how to move.
yes.
The Right now the world is experiencing a collective awakening. We've been waking up in pockets,
Mm-hmm.
generational pockets. So you got, millennials waking up, and never not every but everyone is starting to feel. Trust me when I say, everybody is starting to feel what is the beginnings of the awakening. And oh, for I told you, a lot of my awakening, the first part of it was political. Remember, I told you this.
Yeah, you did. You
And I
did.
started to see through the system, and I got angry with the system. And it just spiraled and just avalanched into this whole spiritual everything, because I realized all of this shit is spiritual. Everything.
All of
But the
it.
world ain't there yet. But that's what I told you in the beginning. Remember, Neptune in Aries, Saturn in Aries, Uranus moving into Gemini, Pluto, Aquarius, all of those generational outer planets that shape the who, the collective. So this is not an overnight scenario where, oh, everyone needs to wake up now. Nope, nope, nope. This is birth, pain, sorrow, contractions. And
Man.
that's what my astrologer told me that I was going through this year. It was a birth. And I said, boy, I felt that shit. My water broke when my mom died. That's when my water broke.
Wow.
That's when my water broke. And now I'm birthing a new life. And it's gonna be painful because I have to shed versions of me. I'm a mother, so I know what birth is. If you're listening to this and you're a woman, when you go through the birthing cycle, you're going through a transformation. You're coming in one way, and it's an initiation. When you become a mother, you're initiated into the motherdom, right? That's what you're coming into. Same thing with dads, but the mother is actually birthing the
Birth.
child, right?
Right. Right.
Into,
Exactly.
yeah, coming through those. primordial waters. You know what I'm saying? So this is what the collective is going through right now. The primordial waters. That's that Pisces shit. Pisces is the primordial waters. That shit there, that's where the birthing pains happen. Because why? Pisces is the last step before the new year, before the new cycle, Aries. Pisces is the last frontier before you go into the new cycle. And we're coming out of that. And soon we're going to retrograde, but then it's going to go smack back into it. You know what I'm saying? And that is the birthing cycle. I was in labor for 18 hours with my daughter. Sometimes birth is 6 hours, sometimes it's 2 hours, sometimes it's 2 days. But as much as we've gone through and we endured as people collectively, yes, it's fucked up. We're all in the same boat. And that's what white people are starting to realize. And I say white people because in this country, it's black versus white. Sorry. It's black versus
Yeah,
white.
that's all it
Not
is.
me. I didn't say it. They did. This is their system. I'm just telling you what the system is.
Man,
Yeah.
man. And
So,
that's what you said, but you when you said birthing, I never looked at it like that. And you like you said, the
yes,
actual New Year's in March. So if you know anything about astrology, man, everything lines up with the stars, the sun, the moon, and everything that revolves around that. So at the end of the day, that's
yes,
why a lot of white people are into astrology because they understand what's going on. And then a lot of them understand, like you told me, they understand way more than what our people,
they do.
because that's why they know us
They
better than us. They've been studying us for a long motherfucking
fucking
time, man.
time. When you're in
They done
survival,
took our
what you
energy
don't have
from us,
no yeah.
everything,
And
man.
us on the other side, we can't like how can you okay, here's the thing. How can you study if you're in survival? We was just trying to live to the next day as black people cuz we far behind them. Have you seen the disparity in money and how much black people make relation to white men? Shit is worse for black women. But we're the most educated. We hustle the hardest. We the flyest. Okay. And boy, if we ain't fertile, okay, we be spitting out kids left and right to the point where now, by 2030, they're saying that this world will be mostly mixed or brown. You
I
can read that
believe
in the Death of the West. Forgot the Mark. I think it's Mark Buchanan. Forgot the name of the author, Mark something. But anyway, it's called The Death of the West. Yeah, you can read it there.
it,
And
man.
this is why I say this is not our fight.
Nope.
We got to sit this out. What you say? Cuz I'm proud of my people. Cuz we line dancing. What we doing? Where them fans at? Where them
He
fans? We
said,
we fanning away the bullshit. Whoa, whoa. That's it. I got my boots on, nigga.
standing 10 toes down, creating. That's what we
Yes.
doing right now. Not
Creating
paying the
dances,
not
creating
paying
community,
right.
creating this
Not paying the mundane
podcast.
shit, no, not paying the mundane shit no mind at all. The mundane shit no mind. Don't pay it no mind.
Nope. Nope.
Because it don't got nothing to do with us.
No. Some of us are online creating content, balling. What? Balling. Shot calling. What? Like, seriously. I'm like, look,
Everybody got a testimony, man. Everybody has something to say, right? And that can be used into a lot of people's awakening, like you say, because this is a mass awakening, right? So at the end of the day, giving your testimony to how you came to your awakening will help others.
yes,
This ain't the time to be quiet, bro. This ain't the time to be gatekeeping, bro. Like the gatekeeping shit is
done.
is over with. right?
Yeah,
So you out there gatekeeping, all you doing is harming yourself. So you stay behind the door and keep the key because nobody want it at
gatekeepers are
this point.
agents. You're an
Yeah,
agent.
double agent. It's a lot of them online too. The actual thing is, I seen them before I even got to my highest point of consciousness. I already seen the niggas. The mushroom was showing me. They like, you see him? Like, yeah, I see him. Yeah, they work. They working for the man. Yeah, I see you. I ain't gonna mention no names because that ain't really my place. But I know who
It's
you
not
is
about,
though.
but that's not for you. It's not for
Nope.
them. They have to go through their own journey and finding out their who they feel, because just like I forgot who I was listening to. I think her name is Aquarius Maximus. I don't know if you follow her, but she does like the cardology and stuff, and she also
Mm-hmm.
has created a blockchain, crypto blockchain. And she was talking about how as Black people we are so cult, we are such cultish people. We are full of just cults. We just want to cult. And that's because, and this is why, let me tell you, because we need to do a whole nother video on this.
Oh
But
nah.
like the age of autonomy and sovereignty is here, where the sovereign individual will need to stand on 10 toes before we can become a community. You have to go back and you got to heal yourself. You have to go back and heal yourself. I'm going to say it again. You have to go back. Leave them people behind that you are codependent on right now, or these eclipses that are happening this year, they're going to separate you from the pack. You're going to become a lone wolf in a world where everybody is losing their shit. And
Daily.
if you haven't voluntarily gone off on your own to do your own work, you are going to fold under this pressure, cuz everybody ain't built for this shit. Everybody
And it's
ain't, this
funny.
ain't for go ahead.
It's funny that you said sovereignty, man. Because once again, man, that book, the whole truth,
That
nothing but the truth. It is the whole truth, nothing but the truth. He talked about the sovereignty. We all sovereign. They even tell y'all in the Bible, bro, that God is sovereign.
God only cares about himself, itself. Because when you worry about yourself, it helps the collective, but y'all don't see that. Oh, we have to work together. That's why they
But you
say ain't
know
no
what?
I in team.
You know what, man? My man Netaru, and I always give
Yes.
respect. I always give respect to the ones that laid the pathway for me and gave me my education, man. I did them my
Yes.
knowledge. You, Netaru, Sharif, and then Taj Bay.
Yeah.
But when Netaru told me, and I never forget what he told me. He said, "Bro, don't join no more science temple." He said they
No.
all full of shit. I said, "All right, bet."
Yes.
But
Yeah.
that was easy for me because at that point I had already got past the religious part. So I was like, "Well, that ain't nothing but a religion shit." Then. He was like, "Yeah, pretty much."
Exactly.
Okay, all right, cool. He said, "It's just you, bro." Yeah, and
Yes.
like he always
There,
said, he said it's only for the big dogs. I
yeah,
said, "Well,
big
it
dog shit.
is
This is
what
big
it is."
dog shit.
It is
Because there's no I in team, but there's I in sovereign.
all day long.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yep,
And it's
I
just
see you.
like, but them niggas never lied. And just like how in the beginning when you first start doing something, you don't really know what you're doing until you do it again and you do it again and it breaks and you got to fix it, or you fail and you do it again, like we have to understand like that it's gonna always like be a period when you're gonna have an epiphany in your learning to say, okay, I got this now. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where, we, for a lot of us that have been on this journey for years, even for those that were born into the shit because your mom and your daddy was on it, was the very few, far in between back then that was on the shit. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's where we are now, where it's like how you sitting right now, you're like, I'm just waiting on these niggas to catch up. Waiting on these niggas to catch up. Like, took y'all long enough, bruh.
And that's
But it's
how I
like,
be too. I be like that, bro. Like I don't even listen to a lot of shit like I used to. Like that's just why now, like I'm on, like I said, I'm on my Bobby tip because he on a whole nother level. Like he just,
Yeah.
like I said, light years
Yeah.
ahead of what everybody else is talking about, right? Because he even mentioned some Illuminati shit. He like all that Illuminati shit. Oh, they on to some other shit. Y'all still talking about the old Illuminati sign. He said that's old.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
said, and
That's why Beyonce
he
said it
said
in her
y'all don't even know
song.
what that shit is. He said that's not even what y'all
Beyonce told
Illuminati.
y'all that.
So
Y'all niggas on this Illuminati shit. Like, what? Who is the Illuminati? Like, we don't even call ourselves that anymore.
right. He
Yeah.
said they on to a whole nother name. He said by the time y'all start talking about the Illuminati and the Black Illuminati, what I forgot whatever they all that shit. He said
Yeah.
they didn't moved on 2 years before y'all even started talking about it. I was like, wow,
Yes.
bro. He said, so y'all don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like you said,
Just
man, well, our people always want to be, and there's nothing wrong with working with people, man. But the whole come together, do all this, but for what? Like
yeah.
I
For
got to the
what?
point where I'm tired of all the talking, bro. Like niggas talk too much for me, bro. Like
Yeah.
I'm like you said, I'm at this point. Let me know when y'all ready.
But you know why that is? Because nobody trusts each other. We don't
Nope,
trust each other. We all
nope.
got the resources. And then you have your few people that came together and did some things. Like, I'm not going to deny that. But did it
Right.
last? Are you still
Mm.
doing it? Are you still active? Because I've watched a lot of groups being built over the years of, and I never wanted to join anybody. Like, I mean, I had my own community of people, but even I always told people, you got to remain sovereign and think for yourself, because I'm just here to deliver a message. Now, what you do with it, that's your free will, but I'm not here to tell you what you should be doing. You know what I'm saying? Or how
Right.
you should be doing it, because that's not my place. You know what I'm saying? And I would be, you know, considered to be, I don't know, an agent or whatever you want to say, because I'm up here trying to sway you in a specific direction. I'm just bringing you to the water and showing you, hey, look, it's water.
Mhm.
You said you were
Right.
thirsty. Here's the water. Now, do you want to drink it or not? You know what I'm saying? So it's totally gonna be up to you.
All
And
day
but that's
long, man.
sovereignty. But that sovereignty is being able to make your own decision, and you standing on business. Stand on business is a real thing, and our people, we're so innovative, and we don't even realize when we tapping into energy, like we don't even realize, the gold mine that we be sitting on. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
like, this is the rise of the sovereign individual. Self-preservation is going to be a big theme going into this new astrological year. You know what I'm saying? And if you're in a family unit, it's going to be your sovereign family unit. If it's just you, it's going to be you and your sovereign self. But best believe, like, this is going to be where people, like, money is going to change, resources are going to change. And this is why I said in the beginning, redefining your why, redefining your stability, redefining what comfort looks like to you. This is Chiron moving into Taurus. Chiron was in Aries, and you had to break down that ego. And when you break down the ego, that's when you can start telling the truth about what you really want, about what you, and even if it's taboo, Pluto and Aquarius, because it's gonna be a lot of new ideas, a lot of new shit that you think, oh, this is new. That shit ain't new. That shit ain't new. Because I bet you, if you think back in your 20s and you thinking about your dream life, yeah, but it was stifled because of the system. Because the system told you that you need to get a college degree and take your ass to work and pay these goddamn bills. You don't get no life. You don't get no freedom.
And it's funny you said ego. It's funny you say ego because my man spoke on that too. He said the problem with our people is they got too much ego.
Yeah, there
He
can be
said, he
too much
said,
ego.
he said, until you can do something with your ego, you ain't gonna be able to do anything. He said,
Yeah,
and that's
it's
one
there.
thing. Yeah, but he said that's one thing that keeps you from growing
Yep.
is your ego. I said, yeah, it's a lot of egotistical people out here, bro.
Yeah.
Like living
It'll
on like
block you.
yes,
It'll block
I
you.
know
It's
because
it's it's an
I was
entity.
more yeah, I was like that before. Yeah,
Yes,
ego,
I was
pride, all
too.
that shit. Yeah, all that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But your ego
And
stems from your survival. That's how
yep,
you survive. It's the mechanism that the energy that's in you, your Aries, right? Your Aries, your Airy, your Ari, your right, your crown,
the
who it
crown.
is that you think you are. That's your ego, who you think you are, as opposed to who you actually are. And that's what we're moving into now is, but the world is light years behind us.
And
This is
that's what
why,
they would
like,
call. That's what they would consider. That's what they would consider King's disease, right?
yeah,
King's disease would be considered your ego because
yes,
you take that label as a king, and you know what I'm saying, you fueling yourself to make yourself feel like that you are on this level of, you know what I'm saying, pretty much can't be touched. But at the end of the day,
yeah,
bro, no, that's not what king. That's not what the definition of king is, bro.
yeah,
That's really not what that means. So it took me a long time to really understand what the title of Nas's album was when he said King Disease. I said, what the fuck does that mean? And when
mm,
I really finally realized, I said, oh, that's what the fuck that shit. That's your ego.
yes,
It's your
yes.
ego.
But that's what rappers are the exaltation or stars. Just take the word stars, right? Star, right? A star is up in the sky, it's exalted. It's the
Mhm.
highest exaltation of your ego. This is why stars are dripped out in luxury stuff, and they have all these cars that the epitome of what everybody thinks is, the what will create you to be happy in this world is to have
Yeah,
things,
life.
materialism.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right,
yeah, 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 yeah. Like, and I kid around when I say I'm a material girl, but I like nice shit. But that's
right.
that's part of the ego. That's the ego. But then I gotta tell the ego, all right, girl, you need to relax. You need to chill. You
You're
know what I'm
doing too
saying?
much.
Like, you're doing too much. But you gotta know how to check yourself before you wreck yourself. You got for real.
You
You
do.
gotta know when you finna crash out. You're like, all right, yo, I am on the verge of crashing out and I need to relax. I need to take a chill pill, right? And so, but if you don't have, and shrooms will have you talking to yourself. You
Hey, I talk
like
to
like
myself all the
shrooms
time.
are like an internal, like you talk about you and Carmela had a therapy session. It's your own,
Hmm.
you are your own therapist. You be sitting in there like,
Yep.
yo, why am I like this? Why is this like this? Yo, you know what I'm saying? Then you just start crying. You're like, yo, oh my God. And then you just start laughing. You're like, yo, this shit crazy. Yo. You just be going like this.
And it be like that. It be like that without even having any, right? You just be sitting there. I could be sitting there just meditating, and I'll just go somewhere. And before you know it,
Yes.
you having a full blown conversation with yourself. You
Station.
telling yourself like, "All right, bro, you tripping. You need to shut the fuck out." You know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead, do what you said you was gonna do. Stop worrying about all that
Yes.
crazy ass shit, and just do your thing. We got you, bro. We already told you we got you. And
Yeah.
you're like, all right, man, yeah, what the fuck I'm tripping for? This shit crazy. Then you had those moments where you start thinking about other stuff, and before you know it, it's tears running down your eyes. You know what I'm saying? Somebody
Yep.
walking around, what you cry for? I don't even know, man. I don't even know why the fuck I don't know. I really don't know. I
I
don't.
don't know.
And then you
I
had those
don't know.
moments when you do know. You know what I'm saying? You might look at something on you know what I'm saying, on YouTube or something. You like, bro, I don't know, bro. That shit doing something to me, man. And I always was like that too, man. Before the room, like I would watch a movie and see somebody fall, like they hit their knee, and my knee would hurt. I'll feel it, like, God damn, I felt that shit. So it was like, my I was already tapped into myself without even knowing I was tapped into myself. And I really think we all was, but we just didn't
Yes.
know it at that point. And
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, we all smoked, man. Like, and I had a Jamaican man that went to school with me, and we talked one time. And
Yeah.
we was talking about shrooms, and I asked him, I said, "Well, bro, what actually woke you up?" He was like, bro, it was the herb for me. I said,
Yes.
what? He said, the grass, bro. He said,
Yes.
bro. He said, you need to realize, man. And like I say, he's Jamaican, so they tapped in. He said, yo, you gotta
Yeah.
realize that the herbs and the mushrooms are the same. It
Yep.
took me a while to figure that out, but now I know what he meant. So when I
Yes.
smoke, it feels like a mushroom tree. No
Yes.
bullshit. Especially
Yeah.
because now I do it with my own hands. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, it's nothing in it, it's all natural. And I started using mushroom compost. So it's taking it to another level. So I told my wife,
Ah.
man, and the crazy thing is I had gave some to my daughter, and her friends had hit it one night. And she was like, Dad. I was like, what? She was like, man, that grass was good. I was like, yeah. And she was like, man, she was like, both my friends was over there laid out in the grass, and they both was like, they're like, that shit feel like shrooms. I was like, oh, word. She was like, yes, Dad. That's how it felt. Like it just it wasn't like all the
Wow.
other I said, yeah, the bullshit that y'all been getting. Yeah, she said this was completely different. And I had to agree with her. I was like, yeah, because it's my hands, man. It's already in me,
Yes.
right? So whatever I touch that grows, it's gonna grow into it.
Yes.
And
You're a
now,
builder.
like I said, when me and my wife smoke now, bro, I go there. Like I'll be there. She's like, where you at? I said, you don't even want to know. You don't even want to know right now. You don't even want to know. So she try to divert me because you know what I'm saying. Like during that time, you really want to laugh and giggle and you know what I'm saying. But I had those moments where I be gone. I be gone, and I'm like, yo, this shit feel like strong, bruh. What the hell?
I
I
can't
wasn't
wait.
expecting this, bro. I said, this not what I was trying to do tonight. I was just trying to, I was just trying to hit
'Cause,
this and lay down. That's it. That's all
hey,
I was
don't
trying
be
to do.
mad when I show up to your house outside because travel gonna be my middle name.
Come holler at me.
Cos
Come holler at
Cosmic
me,
Travel
man.
Cutie. That's gonna be me
Come
this
holler
year.
at me, man. Come holler at me, man. But shit, we just had a batch for real. No, no, just had a batch, bro. That shit was good too. That shit was real good, man. I ain't gonna lie. That shit was I just can't wait till I get to the place where I can grow, you know what I'm saying?
Mass.
Stuff. But yeah, like that's but I still want to learn, bro. And I don't want to learn from YouTube and none of that shit. Cause that shit is highly advertised, highly pushed for advertisement
Yep.
basis only. They use a lot of fertilizer, they use a lot of which I call steroids to pump up the bud. Because that's what that fucking I told my wife, I said, because she said it, she said, this shit look like the shit we used to get back in the day. I said, yes, that's how grass is supposed to look, right?
Back in the day.
Back in the day. Like not this
That
uh,
old school shit.
right. That actually looked like a leaf,
Yes.
not a bud
Yes.
that these niggas then created. What is that, bro? I don't want that nugget. I want something that looked like a leaf, bro. That's what I want. Because that's what we got back in the day.
Yeah, look like a flower.
All day long,
Yeah.
man. But
Yeah.
but yeah, cause I I really do believe that everybody in the world should try some shrooms. Just
I
one time.
do. Um, I will say, and I want to preface this because in all of this, I always like to give a disclaimer for the collective. Because y'all know the government has, you know, figured out that we're starting to use shrooms again. So, just be careful, and try to find a refuge. Just same thing with how you're talking about, growing the grass and all of that stuff. Like you have to find someone, especially for this type of thing. I would say, like, I mean, for a lot of people, shrooms has always been around. People have found it on the black market and everything, but like the dark web and shit like that. But like, because it's being weaponized. It's being weaponized now, and like there's a patent on psilocybin. Like companies have patented their own recipe of psilocybin. Hold on. Yelling at my cat. What are you doing? Stop
tell,
it.
tell her we almost done. Say we almost done. We almost done. We
She's
almost
sitting at my feet scratching on this plastic bag. But anyways,
done.
yeah, so it's being weaponized and it's being patented, and now you're having clinical people using it in a controlled environment, because
I seen that
it's
shit.
it's for science, like
Yeah,
so.
I seen that shit.
um and mostly they're pushing it for like depression and autistic children, stuff like that, like
Yeah,
things that are more common, anxiety and all that good shit,
chemical
depression, like that.
chemical based shit. Chemical based shit, pretty much. Yeah,
Exactly, exactly,
chemical
exactly.
based shit.
So, just be careful. I know that they have dispensaries now with shrooms being sold in different types of chocolates, and remember the chocolate, that
Yeah,
chocolate shit is good as fuck.
yeah. Chocolate.
What? Oh,
Yeah, that
what? Okay. All right. But they making snacks and food and all types of shit, like just be careful, because let me tell y'all, the spirit of the shroom spirit is an ancient spirit. It's an ancient father. Okay. Um, my next thing I want to do, just a side note, I want to like go to ayahuasca somewhere, like go to like a retreat in Peru or something. Go and frolic with the shamans in the jungle, and yeah, that's scary shit. Like, yeah, but that's some shit I want to do. I want to do some mama Aya next. What they call mommy Aya. But
that's funny you said that ayahuasca is big right now too. A lot of people is definitely going to take trips. I actually heard, and I was shocked when I heard this, man. I actually heard Charlemagne, he went and did one. I was like, damn, you went and did one?
yeah,
But he said, man, he said that second day fucked me up, bro. He said, he said, man, my wife was looking at me like, yeah, him and his wife did it. And he was like, bro, that second day, he said, that
but
shit
you know
kicked my
why?
ass.
Cause that nigga was
Oh
not
yeah,
living right. It
I know, and even his
wasn't living
name,
right.
like his entity that he using, like I didn't found out what that mean. I'm like, yeah, bro, I know you definitely went through some shit, bro. I know them shit. I said that
Yeah,
shit right cooked your motherfucking ass, bro. But
yeah, and some.
you can definitely tell that it did something to him. But he was on with because Mela be watching Angie Martinez sometimes, but I don't like her because she be acting like she never had an experience with herself. So she always be like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, all
I
right,
don't know
bro.
what you're talking about. Oh, I know.
Yeah,
I can't stand them type of
I'm
women.
like, bro. I said, I don't know how y'all even watch this bitch, man, because I said I get it. She been industry plugged for so long. Maybe she probably don't know. I ain't gonna lie, cause she been industry plugged for so long. She should probably
Yeah.
is in a whole nother dimension, nigga. So yeah, but it was funny you said that because I actually thought about that too. I said, shit, man, I think I might want to try that shit too. I think I might want to take a ride. Think I might want to take a
Yeah.
ride. Think I might
I
want to
want
take
to
a
do an
ride.
actual like ritual with like people that actually work with it on the land. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I ain't going to
Yeah.
no new age type shit. I'm going to the ancestors to do
Yeah.
that shit. To the people that actually work, that actually commune with those spirits. That's who I want to be around to do it. So
Yep. Just like when
I'll
you were
update
staying in
y'all.
Arizona, when you were staying in Arizona, what's that spot? Damn, I can't remember the spot that I had seen. It was like a retreat, and it was in Arizona. I can't. It was on a mountain too. But I remember
Mm,
watching. This was the first time. This was the first time that we ever seen shrooms. We was watching, and it was on YouTube. I gotta find it. was watching this joint, and it was in Arizona, and it was the girl from Fast and the Furious, the Mexican girl. She
Mm,
was dead, right? And it was another guy there, and they went up into the mountain, had the shaman with them. They
mm,
sat there. He gave them. I'm pretty sure it was mushrooms. It could have been ayahuasca, but I really think it was shrooms. And they started to go into their journey. And the shaman was
yeah,
walking around checking on everybody, making sure they was good. And the one guy, when he got to his highest level of his journey, he spoke about how he had got to the moon. And the moon was like, you know what I'm saying? Like your heart needs to be replaced. He like, what? He said, what, what,
mm,
what, what that pose mean? He said, so the moon literally reached out, took my heart, and gave me another one. I was like, what the fuck? And then so this, like I said, this was before the mushrooms. That's why I think me and my wife was like, yeah, fuck it, we'll take it. So
yeah,
then the girl from Fast and the Furious, she was speaking about how she was dealing with, having same sex relationships. And
yeah,
she was like, I've been fighting it for so long. She said after she came out of her
mm,
trip, she never went back to a same sex relationship ever again. I'm like, God damn. I'm like, what the hell is
yeah.
this shit? So, and I can't remember the name of it, but it was definitely over there in Arizona, man. And that's what I really think made us comfortable when you introduced them to us. It made us comfortable because we had already had got a glimpse into what was going to happen.
What
So
it
it
was
was like
gonna
God was
happen.
already showing us, like, y'all better get
Yeah.
ready for this because this was about to happen to you. I'm
Yes.
like, oh,
And
so
I always say, like, and I'm glad you brought that up because I always say, like, yeah, you may seek the shrooms, but when they're ready for you, because you don't go to it, it comes to you, right? It's everybody can't everybody like I always tell you, everybody can't come, everybody can't be initiated into this, into this practice. Um, into this journey, like it's an initiation, and that's what happens when you cross those intervals of the spiritual waters, the different frequencies, as you climb up your Jacob's ladder, you climb up your spine, your back, you know what I'm saying, the
mhm.
back of the universe, which is Jacob's ladder. Like as you move up in frequency, it's like, all right, yo, here, okay, you passed this level. All right, now you get to go to this. You get to do this. You get to do that. So you cry. Oh yeah, you get a thousand loyalty points. You can cash
Right,
those
right,
in when you get to heaven. Like, yeah, that's some real shit. So
right.
um yeah, I applaud y'all because y'all were very open. In the passing on of the information, like y'all were very open, and y'all were very willing, to do the work for yourself. It wasn't about me, it was about you. And so I'm grateful that I was able to have a glimpse into your journey, you and your wife. So yeah, cheers to
Yeah, man.
that.
Yeah, and before we get off of here, man, and you gonna come back again, man, because we have a lot more that we can talk about, man, a whole lot more.
Yes,
But before
yes.
before we go, I just wanted to tell everybody. I remember calling you, or I think I texted you, and I was like, "Yo, I'm having an out of body experience," and you
Hmm.
was like, "That's fucking crazy, man," because me and my damn roommate was just sitting here talking about that shit. Here you come talking about I'm having an out of body experience. I'm like, "Yo, I am, bro. I am." And that's how I figured out who I was. That's how I knew that my soul had been here before, and then I was back, and I knew what my mission was. That's how I knew that me and you was brother and sisters in another lifetime. Like my
Yes,
out of body experience just showed me a whole nother side, and
yes.
that's how I was able to see me on the inside. Like, yo, that's you right there. You know what I'm saying? And
Yep.
even to this day, man, I don't like I told my wife, man, I don't run around and announce, what I'm saying, like people be doing. I'm this person, I'm that person. I know who I am. I don't need to go out here and do all this. You know what I'm saying? I call that clownish behavior. You out here acting like a
Yeah.
clown, man. You know who you are. There's no need to do all the blasting. Just wear it. And if people
Yep.
know, they'll see it. And that's what I do. I just
Yes.
weigh it on me. I just weigh it on me. But I just wanted to say that before we got off of here, man. Like the shrooms never leave you. And my out of body experience was nothing to do with shrooms. It was just a regular day meditating, and that's where it went. And that's how I found out who
Yeah.
I was that day. So I
Yeah.
just want everybody to
I'm
realize.
always having outer body experiences, and I've seen so much from the aliens in Vegas. I went live with that shit, and they just
I
had me.
remember.
You
I
remember that
remember.
shit?
Yeah, I remember you was on your balcony. I
Yeah, I
remember
was
you
on
posting
the
the videos and
balcony
stuff. Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
when I was living in Vegas, and
yep.
the guy that I was living with, and I guess this could be like an outer body experience, but the guy that I was living with at the time, every time they would come, they would put him to sleep. He would be asleep, and I could fully enjoy and engage with what I was seeing in the sky.
Hey,
And like and at the time I didn't have a car, but there was a girl that I was following who saw it too. She was in Vegas, and she drove down there underneath the cloud and was taking videos and pictures. Like like I wasn't the only one that saw that shit. I'm literally getting fucking chills right now and just getting emotional thinking about it. Like I wasn't the only one that and like we started tracking when they would come, and we realized they would come right around the new moon, and they were coming for months.
wow.
And like I don't know, I left Vegas now, so I don't know if they're still out there, but I'm pretty sure they are. But like for a while we were all like posting videos and be like, "Hey, the aliens are back. The aliens are back." And literally, like, yo, when I say I've never in my life seen anything like this, the clouds, like they would be cloaked. Remember the guy cloaked ships? Remember cloaked ships? Oh, I can't hear you.
My bad. Go ahead.
Oh
My
yeah,
bad.
yeah, all right. I was gonna say, you remember cloaked ships, and
Yeah.
he was showing how the clouds were like shaped. I've seen that shit with my own two eyes, yo, in Arizona. I've seen that shit. And like the people that I be with, I can't say nothing because I'm just like, it's not for them. It's for me. Like it's for me. And like, but yes, every time they would come, they would put him to sleep, and he would be in a deep sleep. I mean, the deepest of deep sleeps. And I would just be sitting there recording and just, I mean, I would get them until I would literally, because like the balcony, like I would sit at the end of the chair and we'd be watching TV, and I could literally see them coming. And I'm like, oh shit, here come the aliens. Here they come. Here they come. And they
Right.
would come with like this cloud. It would be like they would like come with the cloud, and I would look over, and he would be just asleep. And I'm like, all right, it's go time. And I
Just
would
like the
get up
movie
and
Nope.
yes,
How
I
they
would get
came
up
with
and I
the
would get my
cloud.
phone. They came with the cloud. Yes. And I would get my phone and I would sit out there and I would record. And like I would get on live and do it. And then like I would have people that were in Vegas that followed me, and they're like, "Sis, we see it too. We see it too." You know what I'm saying? And then old girl went down there and drove down there, and she was under the cloud. The cloud was green. And she's like, "Yo, like nobody else sees this shit." And when the saying is, it's in plain sight,
Man, it's in plain
it's
sight.
in plain sight. But
Everything is in plain sight.
it's always
Everything.
been in plain sight. It's
Yep.
always been there. This ain't nothing new, but your awareness is changing. Your frequency
See, it's
is
changing.
shifting.
Some of
The
y'all
light
being
is
woke.
hitting
Some
you.
of y'all being awoken, and you don't even realize.
You don't even realize it. Or you don't know what you don't know. Like I knew that I was getting somewhere when a family friend said to me, like, seems like you're having an awakening of some sorts. And I
Damn.
already knew I was there. Yeah, but they saw it on me. People see it on you. You know what I'm saying? Especially elders that and this particular person, she's a friend of the family and she's more of a godmother to me than my own damn godmother. But she's very much tapped in, you know, and there's those people who, you know, are they have it, you know, and you realize you're just sitting around like, yo, you tapped in. But you know, when they come from that era, the illumination of that particular area of their life is not necessarily illuminated. You
Right,
just see it because you could, you know, to call a spade a spade, you know what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
But
right,
like,
right.
I mean, it just goes to show you how, like I said, like just going back to the shrooms and all of that stuff, like it's an accelerant. And if you are willing to sit in the hot seat,
Huh.
if you're willing to stop letting Jesus take the wheel and you take your own goddamn wheel, okay? If you're willing to actually, like I said, step into the driver's seat, it will bring you profound awakenings and observations. And I'm not sitting up, I mean, I've never tried to manifest with it, but I mean, I'm sure, but honestly, that's not even what it's for. Like the shrooms will
Mm-mm.
get angry at you when you're trying to misuse it. You know what I'm saying? When you're trying to abuse
Mhm.
and misuse, and that's why people have bad trips. That's why people have bad trips. Cause you a bad person. Bad trips are for bad people. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
Nothing is ever bad. It's a reflection. It's just marrying you. That's it. So do you but
Man. Nah, I was just laughing because I always said that. I'm like, I just think you a bad person, bro. Or either you was using them wrong because they're
you
just
was
meant
using
to
them
be
wrong.
spiritually
Or you got them
used,
from
man.
the wrong person.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Or or you got them from the wrong person.
And that go for your
That too.
grass too. Your grass is the same thing. Like
That
if
goes
you
to for that goes for your food. You talking about Jamaicans?
all
Jamaicans
of
tapped in.
it.
You know, Jamaicans don't eat from everybody. They don't eat from everybody.
But what our parents used to tell us back in the day.
You
Remember
better
they used
not
to
be
tell
eating
us,
from everybody.
especially your grandma, but boy, you better not eat that food. So it's always been there, man. It's always been there.
That's what I said. It's been in plain sight the entire time. But there's gonna be a moment. It's a culmination period when it all just runs together, and you just like whoa, whoa. And you get this exhilarating feeling. You know when you're on the shrooms and like everything is vibrating at one time and it's so intense and it's like, and you're just like, oh my god, like this is a lot. And then you start having lockjaw. This is me and my journey. I start having
Yeah,
lockjaw, and my
yeah,
jaw's just like, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I be
yeah.
grinding my teeth because the
Mm-hmm.
energy is so strong sometimes. Like especially when you do like a hero amount and you do a 7 gram. I've done I think the largest I've done is like 12 grams at one time. So like I took 6 and then I did another 6.
Oh
Oh
hell no.
yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
think the most we done went
Oh
was
yeah.
7. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
the most
yeah.
I went was 7.
Yeah, that's when I went up to California and at Topanga Park, and ooh, that was a that I we didn't even talk about that. When I saw the whole web on the sky, like they talk
I
about
think you
Charlotte's
told me about
Web.
that one time. Yeah, about the whole wave, the whole pretty much the internet, the wave. I was like, oh
Yeah,
shit, you broke it down for me that time. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. And that's what I had saw her on. She was fake. And she was saying, she was screaming, they're goddesses. The girl that I was with, we did shrooms together. And she's like, they're goddesses, they're goddesses. And she walking down the hill screaming they're goddesses. And I looked down at her legs and they're fake. Like I looked at her, I like like I've never seen anything like that in my life. And I cried because I'm like, yo, I'm living amongst zombies. I'm really living amongst zombies. And like, you know, the zombie movies, that shit is real because they just glamorize it through Hollywood, but people, we are walking amongst zombies.
Man, it's crazy you say that, man. Before we get off of here, I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna
Yeah.
end it. I'm gonna end it on a zombie note. That's what happened to me the other night when I was talking about what I'm saying, doing a podcast with my peoples. Man, like you trying to explain something to somebody, and all you see is just this dead nigga in front of you, and you like, bro. I'm like, I'm like, at this point, like, what I'm saying, we doing the show. I'm like, all right, bro, I'm just ready to get over with at this point because
Yeah.
now I'm just wasting words and energy at this point. That's
Yeah.
all I'm doing, and I'm past that. I don't even want to argue with niggas no more, bro. That's not even my thing no more. I don't want to do it. It doesn't.
Debate.
Yeah,
Debate. Yeah.
debate. Yeah, it's just what are we debating, bro? Like I don't want to do that. Like when you got something to say to me, I'm gonna listen. If I got something to say to
Yes.
you, I expect for you to do the same. But the whole back and forth thing, bro, that goes nowhere. And that's what
Nope.
happened the other night on the podcast with my with my cousin. It was just, and you know me, like my flame in me was like, bro, just get him. And that's just
Yo,
what I
as you're
did.
talking, my ears started ringing. Like literally, my ear just started like ringing. It's like a piercing, like high pitched sound. Wow.
But
Whew.
yeah, man, hey, we gonna definitely come back and do this again, cuz I appreciate you coming on. Appreciate your time, your energy, everything, man. And I just hope that people got a lot out of this. Whatever question you guys have, you can always put them in the comments. Please like, subscribe, and share. And I'm going to continue to do this every Saturday. I want to bring on as many guests as I can because I know there's a lot of people out here that have experience with psychedelics. And like I said before in one of the comments, I would love to have people on here that I don't know because I would like to hear from other people as well. So don't be afraid to share your testimony. You know what I'm saying? You can see how we are. We good energy people. I'm not like all the other people. I'll allow you to talk. You can have your time because this is what this is for. It's for
Yes.
you guys to have your time. I'm not on here to go on as about me. It's for you guys. So
Yes.
with that being said, I appreciate everybody's time. Y'all have a blessed night. Be peaceful, and we out.
I